How to install a panel radiator. In all cases, it is strongly recommended that a suitably qualified professional installer or similar tradesperson carries out the installation. To install a panel radiator, you'll need the right tools. We recommend a spanner, tape measure, spirit level, packaging cutter, pencil, drill and drill bit, radiator bleed key, cloths and PTFE tape, along with the correct fixings and screws for the wall on which you're installing the radiator. To ensure the radiator reaches you in the best possible condition, we ship our products using durable packaging, corner protection and front and side card protectors. Carefully remove the plastic outer wrapping and dispose of it responsibly. In the package you'll find the panel radiator. Brackets and safety clips are provided, but are packaged separately to the radiator. Vent plug baffle, preset valve and blanking plugs are all factory fitted for ease of installation. Please note, to install the radiator as a central connection for optimum performance, a twin entry valve must be purchased separately. Please ensure the desired twin entry valve is purchased before installation commences. We're using a Type 22 600 by 500 panel radiator for this installation. Here the back straps are located on the panel, likewise on the Type 21, whereas on the Type 11 the back straps are located on the fins. For this installation, we recommend fitting the radiator as a central connection, as this ensures optimum performance. Prior to installation, the water and heating system must be turned off. Check all pre-fitted components to ensure they are in place and securely tightened to the correct tolerance. When installing this panel radiator using standard 4 1/2-inch BSP connections, the preset valve and air vent baffle need to be removed and capped where necessary. Once checked, using a spanner, remove the plastic paint plugs from the central connections. Once removed, wrap the central connections of the radiator and the male connections of the twin entry valve with PTFE tape. This will ensure there is a watertight seal when connected together and tightened. Once wrapped with PTFE tape, fit the twin entry valves to the central connection of the radiator. Using a spanner, tighten the connections, but make sure they aren't over-tightened. When installing this panel radiator using standard 4 1/2-inch BSP connections, the 3/4-inch bottom centre connections must be capped off using chrome caps. Order code TE blank cap. Once you're happy that the radiator is prepared for installation, you need to consider the location where the radiator is to be installed. The radiator position may be predetermined by existing pipe positions or may be dictated by room, shape and features. For this installation, we're using the centre of our wall, which is 4 meters long, which makes the centre point 2 meters in. Mark the centre point where the radiator will be positioned and draw a line with a spirit level to show the vertical central position. Once the central position has been marked, using a ruler or tape measure, identify the bracket mounting position. For this installation, we're working at 170 mm, 100 mm from the floor and 70 mm from the bottom of the radiator to the bottom of the back strap. Using a spirit level, draw a horizontal line. As we are installing the radiator as a central connection, it is good practice to allow for at least 100 mm below the radiator, as well as either side and also 100 mm above. Using a tape measure, measure the distance between the central points of the top back straps and divide this measurement by 2. This will be important for the next step in the installation process, so take a careful note of this measurement. Now from the vertical central line marked on the wall, use the divided measurement that you've just taken and mark this on either side of the central line. Using a spirit level, draw 2 vertical lines from these marks for the bracket position. You'll need a third bracket position if your radiator is 1800 mm or wider. Line the brackets up against the guidelines you have drawn and carefully mark the locations where the screws will be fitted. Ensure the hook is at the bottom of the bracket and that this process is complete for both brackets. Once the positions have been marked, carefully drill the holes for the screw fixings. Place wall plugs into drilled holes and position brackets against the drawn guide marks. Then carefully fix the brackets to the walls with your chosen screws. Once the brackets are fixed to the wall, ensure the top security clips and bottom U-clips are installed. With the help of a colleague, lift the radiator into position. To ensure the radiator is fitted securely to the top bracket security clip, use the back strap of the radiator to push the plastic security clip back, then slide the radiator into position. Ensure radiator is securely fixed onto both brackets. You might hear a small click when the radiator is successfully clipped into the top bracket security clip. The radiator is now mounted and in its final position. Once mounted into its final position and piped up, the central connection valve connections can then be tightened. This process should use just enough force to make the joints watertight. As this panel radiator has a preset valve factory fitted, for optimum performance we suggest purchasing the specifically designed Hertz thermostatic sensor head. Once central connections have been tightened and the Hertz valve has been fitted, ensure everything has been installed correctly, and once happy, the water and heating system can then be switched on so the radiator can be filled. The radiator should then be bled to ensure no air is trapped in the system. When you're happy, dispose of packaging in a safe and environmentally friendly way. The installation is now complete. If you're looking at heating solutions for your next project, this product can be installed in a variety of large-scale applications, including offices, hotels, apartments and communal buildings. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video useful.